What's up, it's Lerald. BlizzCon is at Gamescom, and we've gotten a first look at the upcoming WoW expansion, Midnight. They showed off the cinematic trailer on opening night of Gamescom, and then they had a developer panel earlier today. There's housing, new zones, dungeons, an unexpected new allied race, and a very expected third Demon Hunter spec. It's all pretty exciting. It's also extremely purple. So let's get into it, but first be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join our Discord as well. We've got about 900 people in there now. We're pushing for 1,000. Join our community and help us get there. The link is in the description. All right, first off, this isn't a thing that's on the list. Let me just mention, though, that the Gamescom presentation experience really gave us a newfound appreciation for how good BlizzCon is. The Gamescom crowd, understandably, is not as hyped up as a normal BlizzCon crowd. They're there for games rather than Blizzard specifically. It makes sense, but also, Gamescom's presentation is loudly playing music over the presentations and panels, all of them not just Blizzard's. It's really weird and distracting, though. It genuinely sounds like this. It's bizarre. Alright, on with Warcraft Midnight. Silvermoon City's getting an HD makeover. It looks pretty gorgeous in the little bit of samples that we were able to see of all of the new zones. We've both really liked Silvermoon for a long time. It's a gorgeous zone, but you can't fly there. There's just literally no reason to ever go there. But other than that, it's great. So now that it's going to be the main quest hub for Midnight and you can fly there, it's just great. It is still a Horde city. It's a Horde starting area as well, but there will be a sanctuary area for Alliance players. Finally, a bit of Horde favoritism, once every 20 years or so. There are 4 new zones. Voidstorm is the final zone. It looks pretty amazing. They're clearly building on a lot of Burning Crusade concepts, like Quel'Danas, like Silvermoon City, obviously, like Netherstorm, but with a modern coat of paint. And the aesthetics of this expansion are on point. It's going to be a real crowd-pleasing expansion for the casual audience at a bare minimum, just because of how pretty it is. Alright, next on the list is the Haranir, the new allied race. Technically, we got to interact with these guys in the Spider Zone in The War Within, Ashkahet. They looked amazing. I think at the very first time that we interacted with them, Sunset said, "This is going to be a new allied race," and I was like, no way. Anyway, she's right. They're not elves, they're not trolls, they're a secret third thing, troll elves. They could play 9 classes, every class except for like Pally, DH, TK, and Evoker, so pretty good, pretty comparable to the Earthen class options, except they could be Druids instead of Paladins. 3 out of 6 tanks isn't too bad. There's no word on the racials yet, but they just look very cool. I'm probably going to switch my Druid over to Haranir just because of the aesthetics. There's also a new Demon Hunter spec, Devourer. It looks incredible. This is our number one thing that we're excited for in the new expansion. We were both talking the other day and realized that Havoc is each of our favorite DPS spec independently of each other, and this just looks like an even cooler version of that. It is a mid-range spec that seems like it is intended to mix together casting and melee in a package that is a little like Havoc, a little like Survival, a little like Shadow Priest and Destruction Warlock, and a little like its own unique new thing. It all really sounds amazing. We definitely can't wait to hear more about it and to play it. There's also been a huge push for player housing as a major selling point for the new expansion. There is so much work that has clearly gone into this, and you can really tell. It is all there on the screen. There's so much customizability, so much potential. They even have a preview tool on the Blizzard website to look around what a player house might look like. This is a system that's going to breathe a lot of new life into old dead zones and raids throughout the world by giving you a reason to go back and kill Onyxia again to mount her head on your bedroom wall. As for Delves, we're going to say bye-bye to Bran and hello to Valera Sanguinar. She's a much better character with a less annoying voice, so that's going to be just a nice breath of fresh air even if nothing else changes. But other things will be changing. Some of the delves will be outdoors, which will allow you to mount. That is pretty great news. Definitely very interesting to be able to mount in instance combat or instance combat areas. We've had that with dungeons before, and some of those have been really good dungeons, so maybe that'll result in some really good delves. There's not a whole lot else to report. We'll check them once the alpha is available and let you all know. We are hopeful that they can fix the scaling issues in 2-player delves because they should be a fast, fun system. And if you're solo or in like a full 5-player group, they're pretty quick and fun and easy, but those in-between group sizes of like 2 or 3 people just really get bogged down. Fingers crossed that Valera will wind up being a significant upgrade over Bran. Then we got a little bit of a preview on some of the dungeons that are being added in the coming expansion. Magister's Terrace is getting redesigned, reworked. We love that place thematically. It's a classic, beautiful dungeon, but it hasn't really held up well from a technical standpoint. You enter the first area in that dungeon, and there's a bunch of guys rendering below you, and their nameplates are all over the place. It's rough. But there's potential to make it into something really amazing. Ian talked about a balcony overlooking the Sunwell itself in one of the presentations, so it should be a very pretty new dungeon. Murder Row is a new dungeon as well. That was always a favorite place of mine in Silvermoon City back in like 2007. It's very blue, very dark and spooky. It's the area where the Warlock and Rogue trainers are. It's very Court of Stars themed, according to Ian, again from the presentation. It's a really nice, tiny little area in the current Silvermoon City, a very fun place to go RP if that's your thing, and being able to turn that into a full dungeon seems like quite a lot of... They're really going to be mining down into the ground, because right now it's like a, 40 square foot area, but it should be a great dungeon for sure. They're going to be sticking with the model of 4 old Mythic Plus dungeons each season, along with 4 new Mythic Plus dungeons. That model has worked really well in the War Within, and as long as they choose good dungeons going forward, I think it's going to continue to work really, really well into Midnight and beyond. Then there's the new Prey system. This is a new outdoor game mode with 3 different difficulties: normal, hard, and nightmare. When you turn on Prey mode, you will be randomly ambushed by enemy NPCs when you're questing outdoors. This can kind of just happen whenever. And if you win the duels, you'll get cosmetic rewards, achievements, titles, and all the usual fun collectible stuff you would expect. This is like invasions from Dark Souls games, and that sounds awesome. Like, if you're gonna steal something from Dark Souls, this is the thing to do. It looks like they're building on the world difficulty scaling technology that's being added in Legion Remix in a really fun and interesting way that is going to keep the standard world questing experience a little bit more dynamic and exciting. We're definitely going to be turning on Nightmare mode, that's for sure. And then there was one last little tidbit, just a little UI update that really stood out. Transmog is going to be per slot rather than per item now, so you can transmog your shoulder slot and then change out the pair of shoulders that you're wearing, and it will still look like what you have transmogged your shoulders to look like. A lot of other games do this. Path of Exile is the first one that pops into my mind. It's such a small thing, but it's really great for the game. It's like a nice quality of life that everyone is going to be happy about. And that pretty much covers it. There is a second panel on Saturday that will cover the new gameplay features in a lot more detail. Hopefully we'll get more information about the dungeons, the new Prey system, and of course, Devourer Demon Hunters. Alright, that's it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and join the Skipping Sleep Studio Discord. We're nearing 1,000 people, so join it and talk about the next expansion with us. And finally, thank you to all of our channel members. If you want to support us so we can keep making more WoW content, become a channel member as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.